Toyota has just made a decision about the 2026 Tundra that every owner of this truck needs to hear before it costs them thousands of dollars. This is not speculation. This is not a rumor from a forum. The paperwork exists, the pattern is documented, and the owners who already saw this coming are furious. Here is what you need to understand about what Toyota just did. The 2026 Tundra is arriving at dealerships with a powertrain configuration change that affects warranty coverage, parts availability, and long-term ownership costs for every single Tundra owner on the road today. Not just buyers of the new model, every owner. Because when a manufacturer restructures engine architecture mid-generation, the ripple effects hit the entire ecosystem of that vehicle line. Part suppliers change, dealer-level diagnostic tools get updated in ways that lock out older configurations. And independent mechanics, the ones who have kept your truck running for years, suddenly find themselves looking at a platform they can no longer easily service. This is happening right now. And Toyota's betting you will not connect the dots until it is too late. Stay with this until the end, because the final piece of what Toyota decided is the part that will hit your wallet hardest, and it is the part the dealership has absolutely no financial incentive to explain to you. Let us start with the engine itself. The 2022 through 2025 Tundra moved away from the legendary 5.7-liter V8 that owners trusted for over a decade. Toyota replaced it with the twin turbocharged 3.5-liter V6, internally designated the V35A FTS. That decision already drew serious criticism. Owners and mechanics documented turbocharger condensation issues, carbon buildup patterns on direct injection intake valves, and early transmission shudder complaints filed with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. According to NHTSA complaint data for the 2022 Tundra, as of early 2025, there are over 340 documented owner complaints across powertrain, fuel system, and electrical categories, with powertrain complaints representing the largest cluster. That is a truck that debuted with immediate owner pushback at a scale Toyota had not seen on the Tundra in years. Now, for 2026, Toyota is not walking that decision back. Instead, according to supplier communications and trim-level documentation reviewed by industry analysts, Toyota is standardizing the twin-turbo V6 across all trims while introducing updated engine calibration software and a revised hybrid integration protocol for the iForce Max configuration. On paper, that sounds like progress. In practice, it creates a two-tier reality that Toyota's marketing will never put in a brochure. Here is what that two-tier reality means for you if you already own a 2022, 2023, 2024, or 2025 Tundra. The revised calibration software Toyota is pushing for 2026 is not backward compatible in any meaningful service sense. When a dealer runs diagnostics on your existing truck, they are now working from a platform that Toyota is actively diverging from. Software updates, technical service bulletins, and dealer training hours are going to concentrate on the 2026 architecture. Your truck, still under warranty for many of you, is already becoming a secondary priority inside that dealership service bay. This is not a theory. It is the standard pattern documented across the industry every time a manufacturer pushes a mid-generation platform revision. And in this case, the revision is significant enough that Toyota quietly updated its TechStream diagnostic software requirements for certified technicians in late 2024, a move that was noted on multiple Toyota technician forums but received zero coverage in mainstream automotive press. If you own a 2022 or 2023 Tundra with a twin-turbo V6, you are also sitting inside a window that should concern you specifically. Consumer Reports reliability data for the 2022 Tundra rated it below average overall, with powertrain as a primary concern area a significant fall from the above average marks. The previous generation Tundra held consistently from 2014 through 2021. That is not a small statistical blip. That is an entire generation of a flagship truck underperforming against its own legacy. And the 2026 calibration change, rather than acknowledging that pattern publicly, simply moves the goalpost forward and leaves existing owners holding the consequence. What does this mean for you practically? If your Tundra is approaching the 60,000-mile mark and the powertrain warranty window is closing, you need to understand that the service infrastructure around your specific engine tune is about to thin out. Turbocharger service intervals on the V35A FTS, according to owner documentation and third-party mechanic assessments posted across platforms including the Tundra forum community on Reddit, are running shorter than Toyota's official guidance in real-world high-load conditions. Towing, hauling, operating in high heat. The conditions, in other words, that Tundra owners actually use their trucks for. Owners in Texas, Arizona, and across the South have reported elevated coolant temperatures and turbo lag degradation starting between 45,000 and 70,000 miles under regular towing loads. Toyota's official position attributes these patterns to usage outside of recommended parameters. That position becomes a lot more convenient when the 2026 architecture gives them a new baseline to point to. And it gets worse when you look at the parts pricing trajectory. Turbocharger assembly replacement on the V35A FTS is not a $400 job. Independent mechanic estimates sourced from verified repair orders place the cost of a full turbocharger replacement, both units, on the twin-turbo configuration at between $4,200 and $6,800 in parts and labor, depending on region. That is a number Toyota's warranty covers today, but warranty coverage has a timeline, and here is the structural problem that the 2026 engine decision makes more acute. When Toyota introduces revised engine calibration and updated hybrid integration hardware for the new model year, parts manufacturing priority shifts, turbo assemblies, intercooler components, and software-controlled wastegate actuators for the outgoing configuration begin their slow migration toward lower production volume. Lower production volume means higher per-unit cost. Higher per-unit cost lands on your repair bill in 2 to 4 years, right around the time a significant percentage of 2022 and 2023 Tundra owners are coming out of warranty coverage. This is not accidental. The pattern is documented across Ford's EcoBoost transition cycles, GM's displacement on demand engineering sequence, and now it is appearing on Toyota's platform in a form that is more aggressive because Toyota built its entire brand on the promise that it was different, that it built trucks that lasted, that the Tundra was not the truck you worried about at 80,000 miles. That promise is what put Toyota dealerships in a position to charge $5,000 to $15,000 in dealer markup above MSRP during the 2021 through 2023 shortage window. Owners paid that markup on faith built over decades by the 5.7-liter V8. And now Toyota is restructuring its engine roadmap without a single public acknowledgement of the reliability complaints that have been sitting in the NHTSA database since 2022. If you want more investigations like this one, the kind that require going line by line through NHTSA complaint databases and cross-referencing with technical service bulletin logs, subscribe to Motor Crisis Watch right now. We post a new investigation every week, and the next one is going to go even deeper into a manufacturer decision that is sitting unexamined in the press. Now let us talk about the dealer angle, because this is where the 2026 engine decision turns from a corporate engineering choice into something that is directly affecting your ability to negotiate and protect yourself today. When Toyota announces a significant configuration change for an incoming model year, the behavior pattern inside dealerships follows a predictable sequence. Service departments begin prioritizing certification and training on the incoming platform. Sales floors begin quietly repositioning current inventory. And the conversation about your existing truck shifts in a very specific direction. If you walk into a Toyota dealership today with a 2022 or 2023 Tundra and any powertrain concern, you are walking into a building where the financial incentive is increasingly pointed toward a trade scenario, not a repair scenario. The service advisor who tells you a repair will cost $3,500 is standing in the same building as the sales advisor who will offer you $42,000 on trade for a truck you paid $58,000 for 2 years ago. That gap is not a coincidence. It is a margin capture strategy, and it works most effectively on owners who do not know the parts cost trajectory of their own engine. The NHTSA complaint record on the V35A FTS is public information. Complaint numbers, VIN patterns, failure mileage, and owner verbatim descriptions are all accessible at NHTSA.gov. As of the most recent data available, the documented complaint volume on the 2022 Tundra's powertrain represents a rate that, when normalized against total units sold, is approximately 4 times the complaint rate Toyota's previous V8 generation posted in its first 3 model years. That comparison does not appear in any Toyota press release about the 2026 updates. It does not appear in the automotive trade coverage of the new model's arrival. It is sitting in a government database that most owners will never visit. Here is what you should do right now if you own any 2022 through 2025 Tundra with a twin-turbo V6. First, pull your VIN and check the NHTSA recall and complaint database directly. Any open recall must be remedied by Toyota at no cost to you, and knowing what is documented on your specific vehicle gives you leverage in every service conversation. Second, if your truck is approaching the end of its powertrain warranty window, get a full inspection from an independent Toyota specialist mechanic before that window closes. Not a dealer, an independent. The difference in diagnostic honesty is not subtle. Third, document everything. Any rough idle, any turbo lag, any check engine event, any coolant temperature excursion. Data documentation creates a paper record that matters significantly if a class action situation develops around the V35A FTS and the complaint volume already filed suggests that scenario is not out of the question. There is a class action lawsuit filed in the Northern District of California, case reference available through classaction.org under Tundra Powertrain Filings, that is currently in early discovery phase addressing fuel economy, misrepresentation, and powertrain performance claims related to the 2022 and 2023 Tundra. If you have experienced documented powertrain issues on those model years, the case filing details are public record. This is the kind of legal development that rarely gets coverage until it settles, and settlements rarely benefit owners who were not tracking the situation from the beginning. Toyota has spent decades earning the right to charge premium prices for the Tundra. The 5.7-liter V8 that powered the previous generation was, by legitimate measure, one of the most durable truck engines in its class. Owners routinely documented 200,000 and 300,000 mile service lives with standard maintenance. That engine's reputation was the foundation of the trade-in value, the resale strength, and the brand loyalty that Toyota leveraged into the pricing power it exercised during the shortage years. The decision to replace it with a twin turbocharged architecture that has now generated documented complaint volumes well above its predecessor, and to follow that with a 2026 configuration change that further distances the platform from its existing owner base, is a betrayal of the specific trust that made Toyota owners different from GM owners or Ford owners. Toyota owners were not worried, and now they have reason to be. This is the kind of investigation no dealership wants you to see. Subscribe to Motor Crisis Watch because next week we are exposing the Ford F-150 warranty denial pattern that is leaving owners stranded after dealer-performed maintenance. Share this video with anyone you know who drives a Tundra from the last 3 years. Because the clock on their powertrain warranty is running, and what they do in the next 6 months will determine whether Toyota's decision costs them hundreds of dollars or thousands. Their engine could be next.